Hi, Lisa the Ukulele Fool here with you again, and I have another superhero interview. I'm really excited because this one's another international one. This is Markus Rantanen, and I probably didn't say it right. Markus, please say your name.
It's Markus Rantanen, and you did very well.
Oh, I try. I try. So, thank you so much for coming and agreeing to this interview here. He is in Finland, and I don't say it's Turku. Am I close? Is the name of the town Turku? No, say it
Turku.
for Turku.
Yeah, Turku.
Okay, he's in Finland. I'm Alaskan born and still spend half my year in Alaska, so there are a lot of commonalities between Finland and Alaska from everything that I've seen virtually because I've never been there. But Markus came across my radar in this book, which I've had for just about a year now. Not quite. And it is a great book. I have just devoured this. I've had so much fun looking over the examples, and particularly there's a huge teaching portion of it in this book, which Marcus is responsible for that, and the narrative breaking this things down is really clear, and because it's hard to read about the how to play a ukulele, and there's videos to go along with it. So this book has just been a treat for me, and so I'm really pleased to bring on, and let me try, Markus. So we've been chatting here. We have lots of things in common, but I'm going to let him talk about what he does. And so I think he's a superhero because of his teaching efforts, and I've heard him play too. He's got an album out, just a new album out, and it's just gorgeous. But Marcus, why do you think you're a superhero? Or what are your superpowers? Maybe I should rephrase that.
My superpowers. Thank you for inviting me here. My superpowers. Maybe now that you talked about the teaching thing, I think that the teaching and splicing everything to tiny parts that people can learn easily, I think that might be one of the superpowers. What also I've heard from other people, and kind of what I think in musical sense that I think I kind of have some kind of natural melody sense compared to harmony, so composing might be one of my superpowers.
Yeah, well, your compositions are gorgeous, just gorgeous, and of course your skill in playing too is just really beautiful. So, why the ukulele? I certainly know that there's ukulele in Finland. I've done another interview with Shane Heighway, who's a luthier in Finland, and I know there's a big festival, and there's some really great videos out there. There's one in particular that tickled my fancy. But why the ukulele?
Why the ukulele? It was kind of an accidentally I became a ukulele player. I was teaching a music school in Helsinki, and then one girl applied there, and she wanted to play the ukulele. And then the principal or vice principal asked that can I teach her, and then I'm a guitar player really, and then I thought that well why not, I can teach her, and that's kind of how it started. At first I wasn't that fascinated about the ukulele, but at one point I started uh, arranging weekend courses, and they were booked, fully booked from the beginning, and so I kind of realized that there's something in this instrument, and also I think that at first I played cheapo ukuleles, but then I decided that if I'm gonna teach this so much, then it's better to buy a good instrument. And then also when I got the better instrument, I kind of realized that there is really a thing in here, and from there on, it's just I kind of uh, in my creative side, I think that ukulele instrumental music it's much more fun to make than guitar instrumental music guitar is too big, it has too many notes. Ukulele is kind of simple, and it's much kind of easier to maybe express yourself with ukulele. Of course, you could, and it's an easy instrument to grab and just play. It's just so nice, and it wasn't. I can say that it wasn't love at first sight, but it's a deep love relationship now when I've gotten to know the ukulele better.
All right, yeah. So and you're not the first guitar player that's come over to the ukulele side.
Yeah. Of course, I still play a lot of guitar and electric guitar and that type of things, but the ukulele is a big part of my what I do nowadays.
Hey, if you're enjoying this kind of content, would you please give this a thumbs up video and subscribe to my channel, because that really helps the ukulele world know about people like Markus, and it also gets more attention to my channel. So spread the ukulele love. Thanks. So we have something in common with Shane Heighway, who I did an interview with over a year ago. You have one of his instruments, correct?
Yeah, I have one of Shane Heighway's instrument. It's a tenor version. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a real beautiful instrument.
Yeah, I'd like to have one of his instruments.
It's a funny thing. Shane has been, I know Shane for a couple of years, and he's always been trying to sell me his instruments. And I kind of wasn't not that excited. Again, this is not love at first sight with Shane's instruments also, but then in the Tropical Winter Ukulele Festival, which is you know the festival. It's the
Yes, I do. But in case any of my viewers don't, in January, there's a big ukulele festival in Finland, and it's called the Tropical Ukulele Fest, which is ironic, right?
yeah.
And his co-author on the Global Ukulele, Arto, I probably say Arto, but
Yeah.
that's better,
Yeah.
is the ukulele festival coordinator.
Yeah, Arto is the coordinator, and what year was it? It was 2018. He made this ukulele ready for the festival, and then I played it, and it sounded real nice. And then I kind of decided that now I'm gonna buy it, and it has been a very inspirational instrument for me. I've also always composed a lot of music, but I didn't find any. No, my mindset wasn't for composing for the ukulele, and then when I got this instrument, it kind of started making its own songs for me. It might not be so ukuleles. It's probably more like a small guitar. But I really love the sound.
Yes. Oh, and so if you like what you just heard, Marcus has got all kinds of that kind of sound, that ambiance on his new album. So I'll have links down below so you can check that out. And do you have an actual physical CD of that, or is it all
Yeah, I
electronic?
have a physical CD. It's too dark to see.
Yeah, it's the Black Album,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
answer to the Beatles' White Album.
Yeah, Metallica also has the Black Album. It's so dark here. Oh, it's too dark to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the picture is me standing in the lake, knee deep in water, and there's a ukulele in my hand, which is also a bit in the water.
Yeah, and all your videos, because there's also videos available on YouTube, and it's just I wasn't able to go home to Alaska, and it was like, oh, kind of made me homesick because it looked like home.
Yeah, it was. This picture was taken. It was 6 a.m. in the morning, and it was September. The water was freezing cold. Yeah, and people many people when they saw the cover, they asked that how is the ukulele? The ukulele is very fine. it's a laminated ukulele, and it's still fully functional. I actually gave it to my son, who's 8 months old. So
Oh, well, yeah. So you should put a disclaimer on it. No ukuleles were harmed during
yeah.
the making of this album.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And that's a nod to my friend, Mr. Keebler, up in New Hampshire. Okay. Well, that, you're a teacher.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher. Do you think you could teach me something?
Something. Yeah, we could try. I could try to teach you one waltz tune.
Okay, let me.
It is the first hit single ever made in Finland. It was in 1929.
Oh.
So the story, can I translate it? The story is a bit ironic. There's this guy who's in love with this girl named Emma, and then the guy buys Emma a ring and earrings, and in the end Emma betrays him and leaves him, and she only took the earrings. Yeah. One thing in English is sometimes hard because the pronouns he, she. We only have one. We don't make it's all the same. Usually when it's even an animal we say han, but just to correct that, sometimes I just use them falsely. Not gender related.
Yeah. So you the Finnish language is kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah, it has been. Actually, it was even more ahead of its time, because one in the historic times we only had one pronoun, se, which meant animals and humans. But then later there came the Swedish gave us a pronoun for human beings.
Okay, perfect.
Enough for this and Emma. So I can try to zoom it here down. So it's. This is the first part. So we start from A.
Okay.
3A. And then F. And then D. And then F.
Okay.
Yes, that's the thing. It's a minor triad. And then you repeat it.
Okay, so da 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 da.
And then we go to E. And then G. F. E. And D. And D. And D. So it's.
Oh, and now I'm having friendly help from my infant here, a dog. Did I remember that correctly?
Yeah. That's the whole first part. Yeah, and then.
Let me sing it.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Oops. See, I'm not like.
And then you repeat it.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Not exactly fluent, but.
And then the B part. and the ending is the same. So start with A, and then to D, and then scale down. One more. So it's 3 times the D. And then same type of.
Ups to down.
One more A. And then same ending.
Okay, that is gorgeous melody. And then, when you would play it, would you spice it up and do things like that?
Of course, yeah, kind of.
Let's hear some spice. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get your face back in the picture here. Thank you so much. You know, one of the things I'm working on is getting my fretboard fluency because, you know, if I was half the ukulele player that I was on my original instrument, which is actually the flute, which I still play, I'd be famous like you.
Not that famous yet.
Okay, well, I would be able to make beautiful music like you do, and so that's really gorgeous. And if you want to catch the interview that I did with Shane, I'll have a link down to that below too, because that's a gorgeous instrument as well.
Yeah.
And so, well, I wanted to let people know I tried to find this book that I found so valuable online, and so with Markus' help, I was able to get it figured. I didn't say that right yet. Let's see, Markus.
Yeah.
That's better. I got to get the inflection right. Anyway, I found the website where you can get this book, so I will include a link to that. So if this is a great resource to have, and I learned about people that I'd never known about before, and now I see them and I go like, oh yeah, I read about them in that book. Like Phil Dolman. And so a really valuable, I treasure this book, and so I highly recommend that book, and please listen to his works online. They're just gorgeous. So, Markus, is there anything else that I should let people know about where they can get their hands on some of your wonderful resources?
You can actually get also the Global Ukulele book as an ebook from the same place, aviador.fi, which you will put there. Yeah. And please go and check my YouTube channel and go and listen my album. It would be really nice. It's on Spotify and it's on all of the streaming services which I know of. So
yeah, so folks, listen to things, and one thing that I know as being a YouTube creator, listen to things all the way to the end, because that helps generate funds for the artists. You know, even if you're working in the kitchen, have it going. So yeah. Well, I just really want to thank you for taking the time away from your family to be able to speak with me, and I'm so glad that I can have the opportunity to talk to you and share you with my audience, and hopefully get you some more eyes and ears on what you're doing.
thank you. And one thing still, that if you want to see and listen to some really great players, go and check the Seoul Aloha Ukulele Festival YouTube channel. Do you know about this thing?
Yes, I'll put a link down below in the description box for that as
Yeah,
well.
Chang-Soo Kim, he's a fabulous player, one of the best I've ever heard, and he's arranged this online festival. I was actually in South Korea in a couple of years ago and met him, and he's actually a brilliant player, and also there's so many good players also there. For example, probably I also met Vinicius there. You know Vinicius, the Brazilian guy, Vinicius Vivas.
Oh, did he play Gaithersburg?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I met him, and also this Japanese guy Akitoshi Suzuki. They're all stunning players, and Chang-Soo Kim also. And they're yeah. Go and I recommend go and check the cell. There's so many great
And
ukulele players that probably nobody's ever heard of.
great. And are you playing the Gaithersburg this weekend or is it next?
Next weekend.
Oh, good, because this video will be out by then. So
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
put a link down below to that. If you're not familiar with the Gaithersburg Performer Showcase, we've both performed on that, and so that is a really fun way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Well, for us in the United States, it's an afternoon. It's an evening for you guys.
yeah, it's easy.
All right. Well, thank you again so much, and I can't wait to see what else you're doing out there in the ukulele world. I'll keep my eyes on you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye
We'll
bye.
get to the next interview, folks.